sharing your morning with me or the beginning of your day with me. Means a lot. My fro. uh, so I don't know how many of you guys might be watching this later in the future. I'm not sure. Um, if this message is meant to find you, it's going to find you. And I've been in an energy lately that is just a little different from what I'm used to, and it's causing me to look at situations a little bit differently, right? So I decided I would just come on here and talk to you guys a little bit about what I've been going through and what I've been experiencing. So a lot of you guys may not even know me. My name is Troy, and I've been going live consistently for the past month. But before that, I it's been like a year pretty much that I've been going live since last March. I started going live consistently, but I started doing it daily for the past like month and a half or month. Let's just say month. And in the process, I've learned a lot about myself and a lot about people who are on YouTube and um, my Instagram followers. I learned a lot of just about religion myself, all kinds of things. And it's been a blessing to be able to learn these things. I even learned a lot about some of my friends and some of the people who I used to call friends. And just in the process of growing, you learn a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it's one of those situations where you have the opportunity um, to be a blessing to other people, but you get to choose if you want to be a blessing or not. You know what I'm saying? So I originally came on here. The whole reason I started YouTube and going live and everything was because I wanted to allow people to see me playing music. And through me making music and all of that, I realized I can also make music, but I'm a better help to people if I start talking to them about the things that we're going through, just as people, as human beings. And I felt like it was really making an impact in certain people, just being able to talk to them about life. Um, Now, I never wanted to come on here. It was never my goal to be famous. It was my goal to come on here and to talk about my process of creating. Okay. As an artist, you realize that you have to wear a lot of hats, and that hat could be creating, that hat could be content creation, it could be writing, it could be producing, it's all kinds of things. Hello, thank you for being in here, you guys. Please like the video. But it's one of those situations where you learn very fast that you can help more people by allowing yourself to be used by these people, by allowing yourself to step outside of what you like and start stepping into how you can help. Good morning, brother. Great to see you come on in your free, uh, in and free your mind. Hey, yeah, I have the frankincense burning. And yesterday was one of those posts where sometimes you guys need tough love. Sometimes I need tough love, right? And yesterday was one of those posts where I decided I'm going to give you guys the tough love that I wish somebody would give me when I'm just not seeing. And the truth is, a lot of people don't want tough love. A lot of people don't want to improve because it requires too much work. And I know I've been stubborn and I've been enjoying my stagnation sometimes. So I can't even be mad at you guys. There's six people here and we have 2 likes. Can you guys like the video, please? Um, but there's just an opportunity for me to be authentically honest with you guys. And some people may be mad about that, but I'm realizing it's not my goal to make you guys happy with me. You know, I'm nice enough to come on here and I'm sharing my life with y'all. So the truth is, I've done my obligation. My point is, are y'all taking the advice and saying, let me try to be the positivity I want to see in the world, or the positivity I want to see in the community? And if y'all aren't doing that, then I'm not able to do my job correctly. Because it's pointless for me to make music, it's pointless for me to create if y'all aren't trying to change yourselves. You see what I'm saying? I don't need to go live. I could just make videos and then just post my videos, and if somebody sees it, somebody sees it. You know, but it takes so much work for me to go live every single day to talk to you guys, and I'm not here just to stroke your egos. You know, and 3 people tap that like button, please. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for the ones who like the video. Um, it's really important to understand, like, a lot of times, I appreciate your stream yesterday. Very informative plus motivational. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was definitely one of those streams that I'd been thinking about for a while. Thank you so much. But I just didn't want to do it because sometimes you don't want to stir the pot when you don't need to. Sometimes you don't want to upset people. And I've always been one of those people who was okay with stirring the pot. And so I changed my mentality in order to acquiesce to y'all and to make sure that you guys weren't upset. And I decided, I don't care if you're upset. I don't care how you feel about what I have to say. The truth is, there's so many YouTube channels that y'all could be on. There's so many people that you could be watching and following, and you chose to be here. So I'm grateful that you chose to be here. But if you chose to be here, it's because you want to be a better person. You want to improve yourself, your situation, and the world around you. And if you're not here for that, it's because you're just window shopping. And I have no patience for people who are window shoppers. So before we get into everything, I want to pray, just because I need to protect my energy from people who come on here, because there's trolls, there's people who mean no good here, and I just need to protect myself sometimes. So Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings. Thank you for the creation, for the universe, for allowing us to be here all at the same time. Please help us today to have a beautiful day, regardless of if somebody comes trying to be negative, regardless of if somebody comes trying to stop our joy. Help us to understand that it is our job to cultivate our joy, and we cannot allow other people to stop us in the pursuit of finding that joy. Thank you for the life that you gave us. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for giving us the opportunity just to commune here, to talk, and help us to be open to the possibility that we could be better people today. So, Amun, the reason I made this post is because when you look at God, a lot of people look at God and they're saying, why hasn't God come to save us? Why does God allow us to have bad things happen to good people? Why aren't we spared when we're following the Lord and we're living an upright life? And that was a question I used to ask myself too. But the more that I've gone through the world, the more I've experienced heartaches and joy, the more I've realized God isn't coming to save us because we suck. Hey, y'all might be mad at me. I don't care. Y'all might say, Troy, how could you say that? My God would never say that. Well, God created me. And so in some way, I am a reflection of God. So even if it's 1/64th or 1/1,000,000th of God, it is still a piece of God. And the truth is, God knows that we need pain and misery because we're not good people. Not yet. It's like when you're trying to make a batter, when you're trying to make a pizza dough, and you notice that you have to keep on kneading the dough because the dough isn't ready yet. You know what I'm saying? If you make the dough how it is now, you're gonna have dust balls and powder puffs all inside of that dough. But if you keep kneading it, it's a possibility that you could get it where you want it. Watching from India, what's up? Thank you for being here. It's a possibility that you can get it where you want it. But we want to feel like we're so perfect and upright and we're doing everything right. But the truth is, as a people, we are the most selfish, self-centered people and generation ever. All we want is abundance. And all we want is for everybody. What's up? Thank you for being here. All we want is for everybody to listen to our plight. But what are we doing to help other people who are going through their own plight? What have we done to step outside of ourselves and say, you know what? I see other people going through misery and I'm going to help them. Instead of expecting everybody to come save the day for me, I'm going to go out of my way to help other people and be a blessing to other people. Hello. Hey, Jeanette, thank you for being here. And so many times we will talk bad about people who don't do what we want them to do and who are acting the way that we want them to act, when in truth, we don't deserve everything. We don't deserve all the blessings that we want. We are not nice people. Most of us are not. And just because there's one or two of us that are nice, that doesn't mean that we deserve it. Those one or two people are there to show you, hey, it's possible to be a better version of yourself. It's possible to be the positivity that you want to see in the world. Those are great words. I just walked in. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you for being here. But it's super important for us to understand that we could be better, and we choose to not be better. The most gay musician who deserves the USA. See, that's what I'm talking about. You see people like this who want abundance, and the truth is, that's why God doesn't come to save anybody, because we're all lacking. Okay. We could be so much better, but the truth is we choose to be right where we're at because this is where we're comfortable. We don't want to push ourselves to be the best version of ourselves because it's too condemning. It's too much work to be a better person. Weak minds, that's all. Exactly. What's up with your room? It's just four walls. But it's our job to make sure that we're trying to be abundant, okay? And the only way you can be abundant is by choosing the people that you interact with and how you interact with them. Just because you interact with somebody who's not a nice person doesn't mean that it should make you compromise who you are as a person, okay? Just because your boss is somebody who's trying to drag you down because he doesn't want his boss to look at him like he's lacking doesn't mean that you should allow your boss to change you into being a negative person. Okay, so many times we take these jobs because we need the money, we need the abundance that comes with it, but it changes us, it dulls us, it allows us to be a worse version of ourselves than we ever were before we got to the job. Facts. We choose exactly. Yes, I am pushing to cultivate a new personality and strip off the old. Exactly. If you're not doing that every single day, you're going to be dulled. Like a sharp knife that is dulled by cutting concrete all day, by you just sliding it on the concrete. It is our job to make sure that we are not allowing the world to dull us, to make us unusable, to cut positivity into the world, okay? I am Sophie. How are you doing? I'm great. Today we're talking about how we could be better. Sin isn't real. You aren't real. How's that feel? You're not real. You're an apparition in our minds. Your message, you are a chatbot. How does that feel? You don't know. The truth is, you hope sin isn't real because you're such a bad person. You suck. Be better. No, the truth is, you are made up. In your mind, you think that you're the main character of this game that you're playing. The truth is, we're all insignificant specks of dust just floating around in the universe. What makes you think that you're real? Because your mommy told you? Because you read a book about it? What makes you so special? We are all here just trying to make it work in the universe. We all just are lucky that we woke up today. We're all lucky that our fingers and we're able to move so we can type things, so that we can talk. What makes you think that you are special? What makes you think that sin isn't real because you read a book about it, or because it makes you feel bad to think that sin might be real? What do you know? What scientific research have you done to find out that sin is fake or real? You see what I'm talking about? We are all stardust, exactly. The same thing that makes up stars is what makes us up. Carbon. Okay? We are in a pursuit of being the best version of ourselves. We cannot be the best versions of ourselves when we're consistently worried about what other people are saying and what other people are doing. And the truth is, we are programmed by society, by everything that goes on, to try to care about what other people have to say. Like Steven. You know what? I care so little about what Steven has to say, I'm blocking him from the channel. I just don't care. I would rather have one less follower than listen to somebody else who does not help what we're trying to do. I don't want to argue with him. I'm not going to deliberate with him. I don't care if he had a good point. I'm not about to read it. And that's how you need to have a relationship. When you have oppositions, when you have things that are taking you off your path, that's how you need to treat it. If you're not willing to do that, you aren't going to be able to help anything. Jesus died for our sins, and even that kind of stuff. I'm tired of when people come on here just spamming Jesus messages, so I'm blocking you too. I'm tired of it. I don't care if you believe in God. I don't care what you're talking about. You didn't come on here saying anything that's going to help anybody. All you're doing is spamming religious content. I keep telling y'all that is not what we need. We don't need somebody who comes in here and quotes, God loves you all. Jesus didn't do it. Muhammad didn't do it. There was no religious leader that ever just walked into the room and said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. All who shall come to me shall find everlasting life. It doesn't happen. They don't do it. So I think it's super important for us to understand that we need to be the positivity that we're going to see. Some people got off the live. Good. I'm happy people got off the live. Because what I've realized is a lot of the people who get on the live aren't there to even support. A lot of people that get on the live are there for attention. A lot of times when you comment, you're commenting because, ooh, look at me, look at me, look at me. This is a smaller follower. Maybe he'll read my stuff. The truth is it making you a better person? Now I understand why content creators don't read the comments. Because a lot of y'all are black holes, you're abscess where humans used to be. And all you're there to do is to talk about negativity. All you're there to do is to try to get positive vibes from people who are doing things that are positive. But you're not positive. You are a negative in the community. And if you're not trying to help, what's the point of you being here? That's so funny. So one of the guys, he got mad and then he switched accounts. They're saying that you can't switch accounts. I don't care if you switch accounts. The problem is, I don't want you here if you're not trying to improve yourself. If you feel like that is against you, then just go to another channel. There's over 10 million Instagrammers. There's got to be at least 5,000 who are live right now. There's so many people who you could go on their page and spam whatever you want to spam. But I'm not going to allow you to come here while I'm talking about how we can all be the best versions of ourselves early in the day so that we can get our mind right for the game, because every single day is a game day. Every single day is the time that you have to be the best version of yourself. If you're not trying to do that, click off the video. Don't sit here and wait for me to piss you off. Have boundaries. Have a moral code. Have an ethic code. Get off the video. If you want to be the best version of yourself, then push yourself. And pushing yourself is not going to do things that make you feel good. Have you ever worked out? Do you ever work out and be like, ooh, yeah. No, you're like, get this off of me. Okay? There is never a time that you're going to better yourself and it's going to be the lollipops and the lollipop guilt that you expected it to be in The Wizard of Oz. No, it's never going to be that. And so that's why God hasn't come back yet. That's why God is not planning on coming back. If I was God, I would not come back for us. We're trash. We got a lot more work to do. Are you that bored, bro? You know how bored you have to be on this channel right now talking to me if I'm so boring to you? Go get a life. Go do something. Go impress somebody. You cannot impress anybody just sitting on here about nothing. Why don't you create your own channel and go be abundant there? I'm sorry. Don't mean to deviate, but that shirt is very tough. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't want to sound gay. You guys have to stop worrying about what people think. What I think, what your family thinks, what your coworkers think, because what makes you think they're a moral person? I'm trying to better myself, but I don't require no God. Okay, get off my page. I don't want to talk to you. If you think that that's the problem. You got people like this who think that they are the epitome of creation. You're not. You're not that great. I don't care if you believe in there's a God or not. The fact that you think that you're so amazing that there's no God and you just are going to make it throughout the world. Okay, cool. Why are you here? You go figure that out. Don't read any Bible. Don't do anything. You go figure it out since you got it all together. Okay, you go start your own religion and see how many people follow you. Okay, that's how you do it. I'm not even going to read this comment. I don't want to read it. No, not you. I'm talking to the dude who switched the accounts. Oh, understood. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. My bad. Can y'all tell my walls are up? Defense has been engaged. Hey, and so many people are going to consistently do it. Nothing was created. Hey, you know what was created? This button to where I can hide you from my channel. That was created. Yeah, I am a little feisty this morning, and I'm gonna consistently allow myself to be feisty. You know why? I'm not helping anybody by saying the abundance will happen to you, and good things will happen to you, and good things will happen to you. Y'all have to be the good in the world. And I'm lying to you if I make you think that good things are going to happen to you just because you woke up today. Because that's not how it happens for me. I have to read books. I have to meditate. I have to do breathing rituals. I have to make sure that I am the best version of myself for positivity to come to me. So what makes me think I can just tell you, good job, you came to my page. You're going to have a great day. You wish. We just prayed. We're not giving ignorance no recognition. Exactly. I'm not about to listen to it. And if I do something wrong, that's for me to have to deal with through the creator. Okay? That has nothing to do with y'all. So I'm not gonna allow people to come in here and get me to a place to where I'm tearing down what I'm building. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? As a builder, it's crazy for me to allow y'all to get me to a point to where I'm just upset and I can't give my message. You know what I'm saying? That's true. We need more people like you. Finally, someone who gets it. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm pinning your comment. Um, we have to be good in the world. Exactly. We have to be the good that people see. People are looking for good. What are we doing today to make sure somebody can be the good? You know what I'm saying? I had a few dreams last night, and one of the dreams was I went with my family, my immediate family that I was born into. I went to I want to say it was like Nigros, um, and I just remember us being there, and we were all shopping and stuff like that. And I actually went with my pastor and his family too. And the crazy thing about my pastor and our relationship is I've known this man since I was probably like 7 years old. And then I joined the praise team when I was around 11 years old. And that's funny. We had 7 people on here and 11 likes, but not anymore. But I remember uh, when I was in the praise team, it was 3 services. So it was 8, 10, and 12. And we were practice on Saturdays. So pretty much my whole weekend was revolving around being at the church and being on the praise team because I was the only kid. Most of them were adults, you know what I'm saying? And so it really changed how I looked at the church because I started saying things because I was hearing conversations that you normally don't hear as a little kid and just saying how people reacted. And you don't normally see that. And it caused me to not want to be at the church and not to want to be involved, right? But still, the pastor knew my family, and we grew up there, so we had a relationship. He would be like, "Hey, what's up, T?" And so we would always say, "Hey." And so I remember I stepped away from the church, and then I came back to the church. And when I came back, I had a family, right? And my daughter said she wanted to start going to church more because she enjoyed children's service, right? So I was like, all right, cool. And in the process of doing all of that, I started, I saw the pastor outside of church, right? And so the pastor was like, I saw him outside. I was like, hey, I feel like I could be doing more at the church. He was like, you could be doing more at the church. I was like, okay, that's a bet. And so I started helping more. And I got into all kinds of things. And in the process of doing that, one of the things that was asked of me was to help organize the pastor's um, office. And in the process, I've never told this story on here before, but in the process of organizing the office, um, I just realized, a lot could be done in here. So I took it upon myself to try to fix it. How come only one hand fingernails are clipped? Because I play the guitar and I need this one short and this needs to be long for the guitar. Um, what was the dream about it again? Hold on, I'm gonna get to the dream. Hold on. And I'm just explaining my relationship with the pastor. Okay. So I organized the office and I moved a whole bunch of stuff around because it was hard. Like there was an area where his sink was, where he had all these files and stuff in the way. So I moved all those out of the way so that he could actually walk to the sink in his bathroom area and all that stuff. And I was organizing his bookshelf because he had some new books come in and new bookshelves and all that stuff. And in the process, I realized, okay, I can make this a better situation. So I took it upon myself, just do things to improve the situation, And I left everything to where it was easily accessible when I moved it. And after that day, the pastor stopped talking to me. And I remember I went up to him and I was like, hey, I hope we're all good. I was just organizing some stuff. If you have any problems or you don't know where anything is, just let me know. And I can always help you find whatever might be missing after I organized everything. It's like, oh no, you're good, you're good, you're good. And ever since that day, he has not talked to me. And I'll go out of my way to like try to speak to him, and I'm an empath, so I can feel energies. And I can tell, like, after I talked to him 2 times, he asked, hey, the youth, we need more young people to be involved in the church because the church is getting old, and it's necessary that the young people help us get to be able to flip out the older people for young people in the church so we can have new blood in the church. I was like, all right, that's a bet. I'm gonna try to help. He was like, so any ideas that you guys have, just come to us. He had a meeting for the youth. So I started coming to him, giving him ideas. I gave him like 2 ideas, and both times he had the idea, or I gave the idea to him. He was like, okay, yeah. But it was never like, okay, that sounds interesting. So one of the ideas was, hey, we need to change some of the learning stuff because they have this class called Rooted and Grounded, and the class is a class that's only set up for individuals. So I was like, if you're married, it would be nice to have that class together. Because in the class, they tell you not to talk to other people about it and everything. I was like, if you're married, it'd be great to do the class together so that both of y'all can keep each other accountable throughout the week and understand what's going on. And they were like, no, we're not interested in that. But if you have any files, any paperwork, any research that you've done, any documentation, send it to us, and we'd appreciate that. I was like, oh, okay, but I was like, nah, I'm a creator, and I know you don't just send people your work without anything for compensation. I don't care if it's for God. I'm not sending it for free. I'm not sending it just because you asked for it. I don't care who you are. You're about to make money off of this. I'm not about to just send you all of my research, right? It was something that my wife and I have been working on, okay? And I never sent it. And then, like, a year later, they ended up coming up with a cool long sleeve. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. They ended up coming with an a new class, and the new class did allow for a relationship to go through the class together. I was like, okay, so in the process of you asking me for my information, y'all were in the process of actually building the curriculum, but you guys didn't want to tell me that. Y'all just wanted my information so that you could try to use some of it. I'm happy I didn't send it to you, because it's not about me getting shine. It's about me being a part of the plan. Okay, I'm a big person, and if you're going to use my knowledge and my wisdom and my expertise, I want to at least know what the plan is. You're not just going to use my stuff and then not tell me anything and be like, oh yeah, surprise. No, I'm not down for that. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, because I felt like I was crazy for a long time when I started seeing them roll it out. I was like, ain't that something? You're going to try to make me feel like, because I remember we talked to the pastor, and they said explicitly the pastor does not want to do classes for married couples. And then the stuff rolled out, and I was like, okay. And then I started talking to him about things that we could improve on, and things that I thought we could implement, because he was like, any ideas that you guys have, no idea could be a bad idea. We're willing to listen to anything. We just want to try to implement positive things for the church. I was like, all right. And then so I would tell him these ideas, and after I told him the first idea, I came back to him with a second idea, and I tried to tap him. Now, ever since I've known this man, if I tap him on the back, he'll always turn around. We'll be able to talk. So I tapped him on the back. He never turned around. And I was like, I've never done cocaine in my life, but I can definitely block you off my channel. But I tapped him on the back. He never turned around. And after that, I took it as the energy that I had been getting and the way that he had been responding to me was just proof that he didn't really want to talk to me. He didn't want to see me in a position to where, hey, we are people who can talk back and forth. We can converse and make growth from it for the church. And it was just sort of crazy, because I'm one of the few people who have been going there for so long and being a part of the church. So it's like, so you don't want growth to come from people who are really a part of the church and who care about the church. You want growth to come from the people that you see fit. And that's not a bad thing. It's your church. But it also lets me know where I stand in the scheme of things. And it also lets me know I shouldn't be investing and divulging so much of my energy into the pastor. The pastor's heart was hardened. And I feel like in some kind of way, like, he has kids and stuff, and I feel like in some kind of way he wants his kids to be the ones who are leading the church and helping in the church. But they require money in order to do it, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I have literally been divulging my skills and my time in order to try to help. And I just consistently am feeling like it's not appreciated. So I say all that to say he was in the dream last night. Back to the dream. So he was in the dream last night, and in the dream, my father and my pastor, they're actually pretty cool. You know, they talk and they're sort of cool. So my dad and the pastor have hung out before at each other's homes, right? So when I had that conversation with my pastor, he was actually at my dad's or my mom and dad's house. And so that's when he was like, "Yeah, you could be doing a lot for the church." I was like, "Okay, cool." And in the process of me doing that, I was like, "Okay, this is going to be a great opportunity." But then as time has passed, I realized it just didn't work out. So back to the dream again. Um, that's a good lesson for people in general. Some people just want to use you for your ideas and words so that they can use them as their own. Pay attention to the energy. Exactly. Healthy boundaries. And that's the whole thing. It's not that I'm crazy, it's that I know that I am coming from a sincere place. And it's hard sometimes for people who have a job to come from a sincere place and from a fresh perspective. And so when I'm coming in and my wife and I were working diligently to try to come up with something better, I know that are you a Swiftie? No, I can't stand Taylor Swift. Um, but when you're coming up with a new perspective, I know that that's actually very um, sellable. It's a marketable point when you have something new and fresh from another generation. And so I, as a creator, am just very close to my chest with anything that I create, you know? And anything that comes from my wife, I'm even more tight-lipped about because I'm not going to allow you to use my wife. Because if you use my wife and I don't like it, you have just created a mortal enemy in me. So I don't play about my wife. She's my blessing from the Lord, and I will rot in jail and hell before I allow y'all or anybody else to harm her or to take her for granted. So that's that. I don't care who it is. So just bottom line is I'm just in a position to where in the dream, my dad and the pastor are in this shop. Okay, so I walk in the shop and they're both looking for clothes, and I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on?" And so my dad, he doesn't answer me at all, which is par for the course. My dad, I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm my dad's least favorite child. He only has three, so it's not that far of a step, but it definitely feels different. So I just find that very awkward because my dad was a musician. I was a musician. My dad's a general contractor. I'm a general contractor. So, like, out of all the kids, I'm the most like him. So I've just made it up in my mind that the reason that he doesn't like me is because he sees that I could be a better version of myself, and he doesn't like that. And so he just wants me to be the best version of myself. So he's just hard on me. And he just doesn't give me the affirmation because he wants me to do better. So that's what I made up in my mind. But I was one of those kids who got beat a lot. I was one of those kids who just has not had that relationship with him to where we can talk. And it's been crazy. So in the dream, for that to manifest is sort of crazy because he didn't talk to me in the dream. So, which is par for the course. Like I said, in life, in real life, he don't really talk to me. So, before we go any further, can we give a shout out to his family? God bless them. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless all of y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for trying to be a better version of yourself and for wanting the best for my family. I really appreciate that so much. What is your opinion on uncircumcised men? It's their choice. Do whatever you want. Bro, stop typing and answer my question. Tripping and answer my question. Oh, I got something for you. Here's an answer. Block. What kind of question is that? That's a kind of question that gets you blocked. People are wild, man. But the stop tripping and answer my question. You are crazy if you think that you're so important that I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I was always one of those people in school that the teacher would tell me to do things and I would do the opposite. So you think you're going to come on this channel where I'm in charge of who gets to be on here and I'm going to do what you say do? Ha! You're tripping. You must be high. Okay? But bottom line is, so in the dream, my pastor my dad, they're going through the lanes, and they're getting clothes and stuff like that, and they're getting dressed up and everything. I'm like, okay, I see that outfit, that looks good. Okay. And I said, so what are y'all getting ready to do? Where y'all going? My dad didn't say anything, so then I looked at my pastor. So what are y'all getting ready to do? Where y'all going? He was like, oh yeah, we're about to go out. And I was like, okay. You didn't answer my question, but you answered the question. It's none of my business. Y'all gonna do what y'all feel like doing. All right, that's a bet. No problem. So I remember there was another guy in there, and my dad in the place, I guess he rented a Corvette wherever we were at. So he had like an older Corvette, like one of those 90s Corvettes, and he was driving off. And I was like, bye. He didn't say bye. Didn't say anything. He just drove off. And then the other car behind him drove off. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then I'm just going to walk and go do what I got to go do. And I just woke up thinking about that and just meditating on that energy. And the fact that my subconscious saw that for the relationships that I really have with these people, and it brought it up. And it made it so prevalent in my brain because I've already been thinking about these relationships, and I've already been brooding on them and just trying to figure out what does it mean. And I think the truth is a lot of people want you around, just in my download. A lot of people want you around because you're an asset, but a lot of people don't want you around because you're a truth teller. You see things for what they really are, and you will call things out. And they cannot live the way that they want to live when you're steady calling them out for who they are and what they do. Now, I'm not talking about my pastor or my dad. I'm just talking about people in general. I think they were just prototypes for people who I look up to and people who I look at as in a better position in a hierarchy of the world. I look at them as people who I look at as mentors and father figure, obviously. And so the fact that these people can have those archetypes lets me know that anybody can have those archetypes. So I want to tell you guys, there are people who are watching you, who have you around, who are going out of their way to bring you closer and closer into their life to use you because they see things in you that you don't see in yourself. And they will allow you to feel like you're not important because they don't want you to realize how important you really are. You have something inside of you that people cannot replicate. People have been watching you and studying you your whole life to try to replicate it, and they can't. People have been, what's up, cuz? Good to see you. Exactly, facts. Thank you so much for the positivity. There's so many people around you who have been watching you grow and watching you be abundant, and they're wondering how. How does this person do that? When I've tried to replicate what they do and it doesn't work. How is this person consistently winning, or how is this person just not losing? Because I feel like I'm losing. So how is this person who I think is less than me, has less money than me, has less abundance than me, isn't as close to God as I think that I am? How is it that this person seems like their life isn't as bad? What am I doing wrong? Maybe what I'm doing wrong is supporting this person. Maybe it's my job to make this person's life harder so they can understand what real life is about. And the harder that they push, the harder that they try to make your life, the more abundant you become. And then it breaks their brain. And the only thing that you need to do is exist. And it's so hard for us to just be. The most misunderstood thing in the world is how to just be. They say to be or not to be. That is the question. What is more nobler in thy heart? All that is cool, but we're talking about to be or not to be. Can you simply be? Can you just breathe and allow yourself to sit with yourself? How many of us can't even live with ourselves? They say, can you live with yourself? How do you sleep at night? How do you live with yourself? If you're one of those people who's consistently tormented by what you've done that day, you can't live with yourself. You can't just be. It is an elevated person who can just be with themselves, with their decisions, with their choices in life, and not feel like I did something wrong. Oh no. Like the mother in Home Alone when she's like, Kevin! When she's on the airplane, she just realized she made a huge mistake. And it's not while she was talking bad to Kevin. It's not while she was locking him up inside the attic. It was none of those points. It was once she started seeing her abundant moments unfold. And then she realized, I stopped somebody else from being abundant. Don't be that person, y'all. I feel like I came on here just to tell y'all that. So many of y'all have so much abundance built into your ways, just how you were created. And do not allow your abundance to be blocked because you're trying to stop other people from being abundant. Okay? Because you're trying to stop other people from doing what they were taught to do or what they were just created to do. Okay? And don't allow those people to mess up your thing. You got your own steez. You got your own thing that you're creating. Allow your light to shine, right? And if you're around people who won't let that happen, you got to get away from them. Y'all, please like the video. I appreciate y'all for being here. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers, but I like the fact that we're doing it slowly, methodically, and growing authentically, because there were so many people I had to get out of my life before I could be at this point. And I think there's a lot of people that y'all have in y'all's life, and y'all are thinking of people in your head right now that you need to get out of your life, and you haven't done it yet because you don't know if it's the right time or if they really deserve to go. But you know they need to go. And until they go, you will never be abundant. You are blocking your blessing by allowing people to be in your life that you know cannot go with you on the journey. Y'all know how Moses had the children of Israel, and then he went to go up to get the 10 Commandments, and then when he came back, they were worshiping cows, and that was the reason why he never made it into the promised land. Think of how different it would have been if when he started getting people out, the children of Israel, or out of the land of Egypt, he said, now y'all group, y'all got to go on y'all own. I made y'all free, y'all do y'all own thing. And then this group, y'all come with me. So in that moment that the people were like, when they first got out, there was a moment when people were like, Moses, you brought us out here to die. He should ask the question, how many of y'all think I brought y'all out here from Egypt to die? Raise your hand. And I would have said, all y'all, go about your way. Everybody who doesn't believe that, y'all come with me. And if you're not willing to ask those tough questions and to segregate the crowds from the people who love you and the people who can't stand you, you are going to doom yourself. Because everybody feels bad for Moses. Why didn't Moses make it? Because Moses was a people pleaser. Well, Lord, I don't speak right, and I don't know how to do all this. Hey, you trying to make all these people happy, and your job isn't to make them happy. Your job is to send the message. Your job is to be the difference maker. Your job is to be the person who changes everything. You can't change everything when you're worried about if people are going to like what you have to say. You're changing who you are and what you're doing because you want people to like you. They're not going to like you because you're not saying something positive that's going to make them feel good about themselves. Some people become unhinged when others choose to live a very peaceful and humble life. Exactly. Be. Yes, just be. Exactly. I love my solitude at times. Hey, if you can't be okay with solitude, you'll never be okay with yourself. Facts. So true. Thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate it so much. Do you know they worshiped and made a golden calf? Exactly. And that was after they saw the Red Sea parted. Exactly. These people are watching the miracles happen in your life. They're watching the abundance that comes in your life. And they're saying, how many people you know like that? I know y'all know at least 5 people in y'all's life who they're watching all these beautiful things happen in your life. They're not liking the video. They're not calling you up. They got your phone number. They're not texting you saying, I see you, keep it up. I think one of the hardest things, I was thinking about it last night, and don't worry, I'm not trying to kill myself or nothing, but I feel like I have a new appreciation for the streamers and the live streamers who end up uh, ending their lives. I used to not understand why they would do it. And after last night, after this whole process of going live, I have a better understanding. The truth is, they're trying to create something authentic, something that they had in their mind and they thought would be beautiful. And something happens in your brain when you see that you're trying to do something positive. It's like making a sandcastle and somebody comes up and just starts kicking your sandcastle. When you're trying to create something positive and try to do what the Lord has led you to do, the universe has created you to do, it is one of the most detrimental things to you as a person, not to your ego, but just to everything inside of you. And I can understand why people are like, I don't know what I'm here for. I don't know if it's worth it anymore. Because I'm trying to make the world better. I'm trying to do what I think I should be doing to help. And people are unapologetically trying to destroy my confidence in myself because I make them feel less confident in themselves. And so anytime you guys see a streamer or anytime you see an influencer or somebody like Heath Ledger and you're like, how is it possible that they could do that? Just know they're not crazy. Like Robin Williams, he didn't do that because he never had somebody in his life telling him that he wasn't valuable or telling them that what he was doing was childish or, asinine. He did it because the people closest to him, which could be his friends, his family, or sometimes you got 11 people watching this video right now. 6 of those people decide to say something negative. 9 people watching the video. 6 of them decide to say something negative. And that stuff will start eating away at them and their confidence in what they're doing and make them say, it's not worth it. And so I really encourage you guys to be mindful about what you're doing, what you're saying, and how you're interacting with people. Yo, Troy, remember me? I think I do remember you because your name was Joker and I love the Joker. Let me read these comments real quick, you guys. So true. Do you know? Yes. I've been single and celibate for a year now. Congratulations. Your power, your energy is so palpable right now. So be careful with that energy. Do not let anybody steal that from you. Now, after 3 years, after a 3-year relationship, and your words are so real because it's so important to have boundaries and to separate yourself from crappy energy. And crappy energy is the most profound energy. It is the most popular energy. It's the easiest energy to obtain. It's like getting dirty water. You can find dirty water anywhere. But do you have something that is actually going to heal your body and restore your energy? You have to be very selective about what you put in your body. Hey, y'all want to get some food? Let's go to McDonald's. Is that real food though? Oh, y'all want to go get some food? Let's go to Wendy's. Is that real food though? Are you giving your body something that's going to nurture it or something that your body is going to be fighting for its life to try to process? Because this is processed food. It's already been through a process to suck the nutrients out of you and make the most money that's possible. So they're not giving you the best food possible. It changes when you understand energy and how people are using your energy in order to grow. Be unapologetically authentic and in your growth. I love that. Thank you so much. Copy and make that the main message. Basically, I've developed YouTube family can't depend. Basically, I've developed YouTube family can't depend on mine. I feel like you can depend on them to be who they are. And once you start expecting your family to be something that they don't want to be, you'll be sadly mistaken. And I feel like it's because so many people in our family and lives in the world, they're worried about themselves and how you can service them. They're not worried about you, what you like, what you're doing in life. They don't care if it's positive, if it's negative. You don't make them feel good about themselves. So they don't want you around. You make them ask questions about themselves that they don't want to ask. They don't want to work on themselves to the point to where they have to question themselves. They just want to wake up and feel like everything they're doing is right. I question myself every day. When I'm talking to y'all, I'm trying to make sure that I'm saying the right thing to empower you guys. And sometimes the right things to empower you is not the thing that makes you feel good about yourself. So some people get mad. Some people are so used to the Joel Osteen, you can do it, and if you believe it, and if you receive it, let me hear amen. But how are those people getting help? This is the same person who, when there was a Hurricane Harvey down here, he wouldn't open up his church because they just got new carpet clean. So he didn't want to open up his church until he started getting shamed. Then he opened up another part of the church, not the sanctuary. He opened up another part of the church so y'all could be over here. Wasn't that open at first? Couldn't you have used that at first? But you didn't want to. You didn't see the value in doing it. And it's not because he's a bad person. It's because he's worried about where he stands, what he got going on. And I feel like that's why capitalism has slowly ruined the fabric of our society. Because instead of valuing the people who live next door to you, and valuing the people who you knew and grew up with, and valuing everybody who you know who has skills, you start valuing the cheapest person who can do that for you. So we don't have authentic relationships with people because we're always looking for what somebody else can give us. We're like prostitutes. We sell our happiness, we sell our joy, we sell our energy away to the lowest bidder because they got it and we want it. It's like looking for gas. Are you going to choose to go to the cheapest gas place just because you need gas, or are you going to try to get the gas that's going to, in the long run, make your car okay? It doesn't mean you have to pay for the most expensive gas, but maybe you shouldn't pay for the cheapest gas you can find. Maybe you shouldn't go to that spot in the hood that you got to worry about somebody robbing you every time you go over there. Maybe that's not the long run best place for you to go. I used to have I still have an old school Firebird, but it was my everyday car, and I used to, man, that was like my first car that I really fixed up, and it has special tires on it, and so I used to have to spend a lot of money just getting the tires checked and making sure I had new tires on it. I remember there was a period of time in my life from probably like a year and a half to 2 years where I was just changing tires consistently, man. And I got really good at changing tires. I got really tired of it. But at the same time, I started talking to my girlfriend, who is now my wife. And she was telling me, yeah, I think you should just get some better tires. I think you should stop going to these people because you could get a better kind of tire. I was going to a place that was in the hood, and uh, they have really good prices, but the tires weren't the best, you know? And after doing that, I realized the benefit in having somebody who gives you a warranty, who is going to make sure if anything goes wrong, they'll patch your tires. They're giving you brand new tires. They're giving you the service, but they're also giving you the opportunity to not stress. And sometimes just not having to stress about something is worth the price of admission, kind of thing. So sometimes you guys might see somebody in your life who it might be more difficult to support them, more expensive for you to support them, make you do more than you were willing to do. But just be aware, um, that might be what's best for your life. So don't allow yourself to block your blessings because you're worried about what's easy for you. Okay? Jeanette, way to go. Been celibate since 2019. Oh my God, good job, you guys. Good job. And watch for that energy, man. That energy is so palpable right now. Do not let anybody take that energy. They can take it without just having sex with you. They can take that energy just from being around you and asking you for things. Because that energy is something, it's an aura that's on you. So be careful about that energy. People will hate you for having that kind of energy. How'd you get that? Day after day, just being true to myself. Thank you for teaching and inspiring the people. Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for saying that. Awesome, Danny. Congratulations, you guys. Hello, how are you? Have you been live for a long time? I just got the notification for it. Oh, what's up, Costis? Costis, thank you for being here. I hope everything's going with you. Going well with you. I've been live for almost an hour, but I'm about to get out of here. But I'll make the video live immediately so you guys can watch it throughout the day. It's super important that you guys start y'all's day in a way where you're reflecting on how to be the best version of yourself, because it's so easy for other things to come in and to change our perspective to something that we don't care about. Y'all please like the video and subscribe if you're new. But it's so imperative that we start our day the right way, because people, if you give them the opportunity, will ruin your day before you even get it started. Okay. Wow, very true. Only my mom has my back. My brother is MIA. Hey, it happens in family. Okay, bro, I gotta go. Bye. Have a good day. Bye. Be safe, Joker. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, hello. Thank you for being here. Why do people say Jesus is king when he told us that the kingdom is within? If the kingdom is within, they aren't, then aren't we God? Yes, we are God. And the thing is, just because we are a piece of God and the world is a piece of God, the universe is a piece of God, doesn't mean that in totality we are God. It's like saying that your fingernail is you. Yes, a part of you, but it doesn't mean that you're the creator. It doesn't mean that you could do all things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it doesn't make you important, because how would you feel if somebody ripped your fingernail off? You know what I'm saying? It would still hurt, but the body still lives on. So it's important that you act as if you are the fingernail of the divine or the eye of the divine. You know, you have to allow yourself to live a life to where you are the best version of yourself, so that you can inspire other people and let other people see the God that's in you. Okay. And if you can't do that, you know what you're showing them? The devil in you. Because the truth is, God created the devil and God created everything else. Okay? So people will be like, I don't know why the devil would do this to me. What do you mean, why would the devil do this to you? God did this to you. God created the devil. It's just easier for you to conceptualize it as the devil does bad and God does good. No, God did all of it. If you read the story of Job, the devil and God were talking about, hey, I bet you can't do that. Like how Chris Tucker and Michael Jackson was talking. He was like, man, I can get that girl. Man, you can't get that girl. Can't nobody in Never Land get that girl. That's how they were talking about Job. That sounds like two friends to me. That sounds like part and the same to me. It sounds like we're making a bet. Let's see which one is going to end up winning. It doesn't mean that God is bad for doing it. It means that God is doing it to try to see what we're really made of. If y'all have kids, sometimes with your children, you have to allow your children to go through tough situations without you in order to see how they respond. So they may say stuff like, I can't reach the water. I can't reach the water. Can you help me get the water? You get your stool and you get your own water. It's not because you're being mean. It's because you want them to be able to do it when you're dead and gone. You want them to learn how to be able to be self-sufficient. Okay? If I know that I have taught you how to tie your shoes when we're at the parade and you're running to go see the Spider-Man float, now is the time to practice tying that shoe. Stop what you're doing, tie the shoe. Let's see how fast you can do it so we can go see the Spider-Man float. I'm not going to test you when there's nothing to do. I've already tested you then. I'm going to test you when it's important to you, when it's valuable to you. That's when I'm going to really test you to see how good you are. You see what I'm saying? Laughing. It sure is. Thank you. Well said. Thank you so much. We aren't exactly God, but we are trying to be like God as much as we can. It's what we call theosis. Hey, I understand what you're saying. We can agree to disagree. I believe we are a part of God. Hey, if God has a problem with it, eventually He's gonna kill me, and we'll deal with it then. But I said what I said. I feel like we are a part of God. Whether you are acting like it or not, you are still a part of God. Whether I chop off my fingernail or my hair, or if I chop off my finger and I leave it on the ground, it's still a part of me. Even though it's not acting like a part of me, it's still a part of me. Do DNA test, do a carbon dating test. That is me. So if you're acting in a way that is not how you think God should be acting, you're still acting like God. You're just acting like the opposite. Okay, there's a yin and a yang to everything. God is good. God is also the destroyer. If y'all think that God is all good, y'all need to go read the Old Testament. Because you say something against God, boom, kill you on the spot, drop dead in the temple. He didn't care. You touch the Ark of the Covenant if you want to, children of Israel. Boom, dead. I told you to hold on to the pole. Told you it was going to kill you. I don't know why you touched it. Shouldn't have touched it. That's how the Old Testament God was. So for y'all to feel like it's just the devil and the devil bad. No, the devil's not bad. The devil is an archetype. Adam and Eve. Eve chose to play with something that she had no business playing with, and she knew she shouldn't have been playing with. How many times we do that every day? Adam decided not to say something against playing with something and doing something you know you had no business doing. How many times we do that a day? We are the reason that we have problems because we allow ourselves to slip into a mode of it's easier not to say anything. It's easier not to do anything. It's easier not to be the difference maker. So you have offered yourself up for sacrifice. Congratulations. Enjoy what you gave yourself. You got a buffet of sacrifice. Okay? Let's read these comments. We're about to wrap it up, y'all. The enemy wanted to be like God. He was hurled out of heaven, and the third, which is over six, and the third, which is over 6 million bad angels, to the vicinity of the earth. Yes. With Job, Satan consistently says he has been stationed roving the earth and walking upon it. Exactly. LOL, shouldn't have touched it. Exactly. You shouldn't have touched the ark. You shouldn't have touched nothing that he already told you. Hey, don't touch that. Don't get close to it. You better hold on to them sticks. Somebody slipped once and touched the ark and died. I told you not to touch it. Don't slip. Fall the other way. Don't put your hand on the ark. You better just try to let something else hit it. You better hope your hair brushes it, not your skin. The devil will never win, though. No matter how hard he tries, God just gave all of us free will, including the devil. And of course, it's a test for us since we sin. The devil is pure evil, though. Yeah, just like the Lord is supposed to be pure good. And the devil does win. Every time the devil convinces you to lust after somebody, every time the devil convinces you that somebody got something that you want and you're mad about it, every time the devil convinces you to sit down at the table and gorge yourself to the point of being absolutely disgustingly full on Thanksgiving kind of energy, every time that you decide to kill somebody or somebody is murdered and you do nothing about it, you act like, oh, well, it's just in another country and blah, 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 blah. Every time that a sin is happening against God and you are allowing it to happen, you are allowing the devil to win. Okay? So just be aware, you guys. We have the power to say no, and we have the power to just let things go. Okay? It's hard to say that. It's hard to hear it because it's a lot of work. But the truth is, you could stop it if you wanted to. Truth. Free will. Make that choice. Exactly. Make that change, like Michael Jackson said in that song. Of course, and we are all part of God, but we aren't really like God. Our free will is ours, and it's a given right we have. He gave us, along with laws to follow. If we don't follow God, we are separated. Yep, exactly. Heaven and hell isn't really physical place. They are states of our soul, and hell is just a state of being separated to God by our choices since we don't follow his laws. Yep. Great words this morning, brother. Blessings to you and the wifey. I hope you have an amazing day, everyone. Yes, everybody have a beautiful day. Thanks for doing this, taking time while we have family appreciation. Thank you so much, y'all, for just listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being willing to be the good that you want to see in the world today. Okay, don't allow yourself to take the easy path of just making sure that everybody is happy and copacetic. Make sure that you're mentioning the things that need to be mentioned, and causing rifts when you need to cause the rifts. Okay. All right, I'm going to pray for us. We're going to get out of here. Lord, thank you again for this day. Please help us to use the work and the will power and all of the blessings that we got from today's conversation to be the positivity we want to see in the world. Help us to act as if we are extensions of you. Help us to allow all that the devil chooses to do in our life to not create a bad person within us and not create resentment within us. Please help us to understand that we have the choice of being great and we have the choice of being mediocre. Allow us to be great. Allow us to understand that it is harder to be mediocre every day and wake up at the end of our lives realizing that we could have done so much better. And allow us to push ourselves to be the best versions of ourselves today. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to everybody. Thank you for the blessings. In your name we pray. Amen. Y'all be safe. Y'all be a blessing to somebody. Be a blessing to yourself. Love yourself. Pray before you get out there and shine, 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 shine. Shine your light. Shine it in the dark. Because you got to shine your light in the dark because that's what people need it the most. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Make sure that you guys aren't on some BS today. Okay? And if somebody comes in trying to steal your energy, do what I taught you. Cut them out. Set those boundaries. Peace, love, and so much love. Be safe. Thank y'all.